valid 4-H member forever. So they taught me how to sew, and I truly enjoyed it. And since then, I design patterns. Hi, I hope you like the looks of this darling bag. It's our new designer tote bag, and it can also be a diaper bag. This bag is made out of these great fabrics, and today we're going to show you how to do them one step at a time. My name is Pearl Krush, and my company name is Pearl Louise Designs. Let's get started. This bag contains 4 panels to make the outer portion of the bag, and plus the bottom. But we're going to start by making the pockets. With right sides together, you place your 2 pockets on top of a batting, and it needs to be a dense, thin cotton batting. And we're going to be using the walking foot. The walking foot is a very important tool to use when making this tote because there are so many layers of fabrics. Simply sew a 1/4-inch seam across the top of the pocket. This connects all of the fabrics and the battings together. Put the pockets, flip it over, press it, and we're going to sew a top stitch along top of the pocket. And we've already done this on this previous pocket that is pinned to this panel. Now lay out your panels so that you have a front panel, side panel, back panel, side panel, and then the bottom. As you can see, the bottom is at the long end of the narrow panel. Put it underneath your walking foot, and now we're sewing several layers of fabrics together. Sew to your seam area, leave the needle inserted. Lift the presser foot, rotate, and sew the long seam connecting the bottom. The batting, again, is going to give this product lots of form and shape. Again, use the walking foot. This will keep everything smooth and easy to turn when we get to the end. Needle inserted. Lift the presser foot. Rotate, sew the remaining bottom of the side seam. Needle inserted, and now we're on to the last seam of the back. Always make sure all of your fabrics are lined up. As you get to the end of this seam, we're going to lift the presser foot, remove the bag, cut the threads, align the side seams, and that includes the pockets. Place it back underneath the presser foot, and sew the side seam. We're going to make a lining and an interface lining exactly this way, so you will have 3 components to the tote finish once you sew all of the panels together for each piece. And this is your tote. Turn it right side out. You're going to place your interface body inside the tote, and then we're going to paste the lining on the outside with right sides together. I have taken the time to sew this together so that you can see how we can easily turn it right side out. And the tricky part of the lining is that you always place the lining right sides together with your outer fabric. Gently push out the corners on the bottom of the tote. And the sample that you're seeing me making right now is slightly smaller than the large tote, which would make a great beach bag also. Tuck the lining in, fold the open area in, and all of these instructions will be on the website, so don't be concerned about too many of the dimensions. We're going to carefully fold the lining top over the front of the bag and stitch it in place. You're also going to want to continue sewing around the bag, top stitching the areas together, just as we had with the pockets earlier. Remove the bag, and now we're going to go on to the handles. With right sides together, you're going to place your fabric and your interfacing strips together. You're going to sew them together and then turn them right side out. Tuck the ends in and stitch them across to have a finished end on each of the handles. Place these into the sewing machine and sew across. I'm not going to take the time to do that right now, but I am going to go ahead and fold the other end in. Now on this handle, it turns out to be a very nicely finished, professional looking handle when you simply fold it in half, put it underneath, and stitch it in place again using a walking foot because we are going through so many layers of fabrics. And we're starting to sew about 3 inches from each end. Be sure to use all of the various feet that you have available on your sewing machine for these projects. It makes life so much easier when you're trying to construct a fabric that has, or project that has many components to it. Now you're going to pin your handles in place onto the tote as you desire, and you're going to make yo-yos. Again, the pattern is on the website. Just go ahead and pin this onto your tote, and in no time at all, you will have a finished tote. To make the embellishments, what we are going to do is use our iron-on interfacing, and we're going to press this we're going to draw the pattern onto the fusible web paper, peel off the back, press it to the wrong side of your fabric that you're using for your motif, and then peel off the paper, press it to your lining, and this is the back of the flower that we're using, and then we're going to make a yo-yo as our finished embellishment for the front of the tote. To make the yo-yo, all you have to do is fold your outer edge of your circle in 1/8 inch and hand stitch large gathering stitches around the complete circle. Be sure you make large gathering stitches because this will make this yo-yo come together in no time at all, and it will look delightful. If you make small stitches, it will not work out quite so well. You will have a big hole in the center. Once we have our yo-yo gathered all the way around, pull the thread tight, tie off, and the other instructions for finishing the embellishment will be again on the website. So enjoy this bag and know that you can make it larger or smaller with our side ties.